By now, you've probably already seen the Black Ops 4 trailer that went live earlier in the day, and that's not the only thing that we have to talk about here with this one. Today, we have a full week ahead of us in terms of Call of Duty content from World War II to Black Ops 4, and so today I decided let's take a look at, instead of just things to look out for in Call of Duty World War II this week, how about Call of Duty overall? Today, we're going to be taking a look at 9 different things here for you guys to look out for this week in particular, and it's quite a busy week, so you guys are definitely going to want to sit down, plot a course, and decide for yourselves what things you may want to take part in for this coming week between World War II and also Black Ops 4 come this weekend. So that said, let's just jump right into it. So let's start out with World War II because that is the stuff that we have currently live right now. Obviously, World War II has been out for the better part of a year, and Black Ops 4 stuff doesn't happen until later in the weekend. So let's start out with that. We know, of course, that we're going to have the smaller things like, firstly, the orders and contracts. That's going to change out as per norm. Every single Tuesday we see that refresh. We're gonna have new weeklies. What they're gonna be, who knows? I couldn't tell you. We also will have a new weapon contract, that being the AVS-36 for this weekend, one of the brand new rifles here from the Liberty Strike update. And as I said, whenever we talked about this on Friday with the actual blog post that went live detailing this for the first time we heard of it, this is definitely one of those weapons that I definitely suggest you end up getting. I say that about a lot of them, yes, but in terms of sheer practicality, the AVS is honestly one of my favorite weapons in World War II overall, and can definitely pack a punch. So it's not as situational as, say, the Stinger or the Nambu Type 2 or other weapons like that that are really suited more so towards a close quarters gameplay, a longer range gameplay, something that requires you to be a little more passive in terms of movement. This is pretty much an all-around weapon that you can do insane with no matter what the situation. Close quarters, ranged, mid-range, wherever it is, you're probably going to do well with it. So if you don't have any of the variants of the AVS-36 thus far, definitely go for this one. It's probably going to be, once again, 5,000 armory credits or so for an hour time frame or something like that, but definitely very obtainable and one I think you should totally go for. So that's going to round out the kind of orders and contracts I want to talk about, but then next up we end up having the midweek mobilization and the weekend warfare playlist to talk about, because this goes a little bit deeper, I think, than just what was already detailed. So for what we have right now, midweek mobilization is detailed as double XP on Party Up. That's going to be from Wednesday to Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that 24-hour period, as we normally see with the midweek mobilizations. But then for weekend warfare, it doesn't have any specific game mode listed here for this, other than double XP on any mode. Now, that might be subject to change, but I'm not entirely sure because we're still waiting again on that final verdict for when we might see an update and a new event for World War II. So that might happen and change out some of these things here where it's more so inclusive for a new mode as well, but we don't know that also at the moment. But one thing that I would also expect is that Shamrock and Oz collections will unlock here for this weekend. And I say that simply because we've seen the pattern the last 2 weeks of Winter Siege first and then Resistance just this past week opening up and having those available for that weekend to be unlockable. And if you had any items that you say got your full collections complete at a supply drop, items and stuff like that, you couldn't redeem the overall reward before, but now with these past 2 weekends, you were able to go ahead and do so. So if you have any of that sort of stuff, of course, hopefully got to take advantage of that these past 2 weekends, but with that pattern seemingly going on now here, I would expect Shamrock and Awe to be that next collection up on the deck, where we end up seeing that they'll unlock again for those few days from Friday at 10 a.m. to Monday at 10 a.m. as well. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is kind of what we mentioned just a second ago. We'll have a final verdict on whether or not we end up getting that title update, which will more than likely bring an event or something like the prestige rewards we've been waiting for quite some time as well. Those have all been detailed as another update, but a title update at that. So whether or not it comes this week, who knows, but we will have a final say on if this week is this week or not for a new event and all that kind of stuff, and the Master Prestige rewards as well. So that's some stuff to keep in mind here for that one in terms of it, but I guess we'll see in time. After that, we have the Sledge weekly update as well as live stream coming on Friday, which may or may not give some more information on things coming up in the future, or just be a recap again, depending on what we have in terms of whatever plays out tomorrow. That's something we don't know exactly just yet, but of course it is scheduled already for that 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. PST slot for Sledge to do a weekly stream talking about everything that happened here during that week and some things coming up, alongside with that weekly community update going live as well on their blog. So that's stuff that normally always happens, so keep your eyes out for that one. And the final thing that I want to mention is one that I'll just throw in here real quick before I jump into the Black Ops 4 portion of this video, is I'm actually doing something with Sledgehammer Games tomorrow, so if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned here up on the channel. channel for whatever that might be. But with that said, let's jump right into the Black Ops 4 content. So like we mentioned today, earlier in the day, we ended up getting a new trailer for the Black Ops 4 beta, which is going to be going live this weekend, and I'm excited for it. I can't tell you guys how ready I am for everybody to get their hands on Black Ops 4 for this and get their own hands-on approach and feel for the game, and it looks to be a lot of fun compared to already what I've played. So I'm excited for that, for you guys to see everything that'll come along with the beta, but included in that are new weapons, new modes, new maps, specialists. We actually have 10 specialists here playable, which I think might even be the full thing that we have at launch as well, but that'll include 2 more specialists as well on top of what we had for, say, the reveal and E3. We had 8 available at those 2 events that I've played already, so there's even gonna be some stuff here that I haven't touched, and of course, with the new weapons, the new modes, and of course the new maps, there's gonna be a lot to keep us busy here with this one. So definitely keep your eyes out for that one if you guys are interested in getting your hands on the PlayStation 4 weekend. Pre-order the game, and that is how you get your access code to the beta. If you have already done so, you should have already gotten some emails starting to go out by now, but if you haven't already, don't worry just yet, simply because they're on a rollout period. So you might get one a day later than your buddy or vice versa, and so on and so forth. So in that sense, it is something that you'll be rolling out and getting some more beta codes here throughout the next couple of days, but the weekend is definitely gonna be dominated by Black Ops 4. I'm super excited, so hopefully you guys are as well. But one thing that I was really surprised to see, but it was a pleasant surprise at that, was at the very end of that trailer, we ended up getting a few seconds of Blackout footage. The Battle Royale mode for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout has been under lock and key for the past couple of months, and we've really only seen anything to do with Blackout coming from that initial teaser trailer back at the reveal. Everything else has been mum's the word, and we got a few pieces of information from David Vonderhaar back at E3 whenever he was interviewed by Jeff Keighley, but that was about it, and really that only stemmed from that Nuketown would be in the map. It would be a different altered variation of it and sort of an island of its own, plus we'd end up seeing a ballistic system for how the game works and not hit scan, meaning there's going to be bullet drop, but that's really about it. So today we ended up getting a lot more here elaborated on that with some actual gameplay footage. And this looks awesome because we see a ton of different things, and I'm probably gonna miss some of the stuff that I really want to hit on, I can almost guarantee that, but we see stuff like screenshots of Nuketown, we see land, air, and sea vehicles. The sea vehicles even showcasing in the one screenshot of that there was cargo from Black Ops 2, it looks like, in the background of that image. Then we end up seeing the maps of Raid, Verrucht, possibly High Rise at the top of the middle skyscraper that was shown off at the very beginning at the reveal even. That was the only real discernible part from that initial reveal trailer for Blackout that we saw in terms of iconic pieces of the map, but that was something that may happen there. We saw wingsuits in one particular thing that it comes back to that Black Ops 2 campaign level. That might be a way to get down from high points of elevation with minimal to no damage at all. Then one thing also that's really interesting is that we saw zombies at Verrucht at one point, which possibly may be an environmental hazard for that specific area alone. It'd be awesome to see if zombies were the air quote storm that closes in, but I can't imagine that's actually gonna be the thing, but it would be cool to see environmental hazards in certain portions, especially with zombies overflowing Verrucht. That would just be thematically awesome, but also practically could be done very easily. Regardless, Black Ops 4 this weekend, then what we have on deck for September with the Blackout beta looks absolutely fantastic. I'm incredibly excited for it. But the final things I want to close out with deals with Black Ops in general, but Black Ops 3, because if you can't wait until what we see on what seemingly is Friday for the Black Ops 4 beta, well, then you might not have to worry all that much because Black Ops 3 might have you covered. Because as of today, we actually got an update to Black Ops 3, which may hold some new things for tomorrow. Maybe new weapons, maybe even a new event, which is the final thing that I want to touch on here with that, because if there is a new event within Call of Duty Black Ops 3, it'll probably give us another thematically changed map, a few new weapons, some new specialist gear, and all that kind of stuff, but stuff that will once again kind of encompass what we've seen the past couple, how we ended up seeing 2 maps given already, and a couple of different DLC weapon drops just in 2018 alone. So that's something to keep your eyes out for, especially with a Black Ops 3 update coming today. It's kind of weird to see that drop seemingly out of of nowhere, but that's what it might mean. So for all you guys that are enjoying Call of Duty in general, World War II, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, we got a lot of stuff on deck here for this week. It is going to be a massive week. So that said, stick around here for all this one. Hopefully you guys have some free time. You can take part in any of the festivities that may be coming up here out of one of those 3 games that may suit your fancy, or maybe all 3. But regardless, whatever it may be, of course, there's a lot to take a look out for. So that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys found it insightful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you guys hoping for something in World War II, Black Ops 4, whatever it may be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing, anything regarding Call of Duty World War II and Black Ops 4 content coming over the weekend and the next coming weekends. We got you covered here up on the channel, so if you guys don't want to miss any of that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. And if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter as well, that's the best place to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. And also, if you guys want to follow me over on Instagram as well, and get a little more active over there, so if you guys want to follow on that front as well, feel free to. That link is also in the description. But all that said and out of the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.